Hello everyone, welcome on in and happy Thursday. I hope everyone has had a great day or will have a great day depending on your time zone. We are here with the very first episode of Eve of Ruin, our high level D&D campaign. And I am so excited. Yes, I've been hopping around like the silly person all day. So this should be a lot. I hope this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope all you guys enjoy it. Please be kind. First sessions are always awkward. So be nice to everyone, please. But as usual, let's do the thing. The music you're listening to right now is called Ancient Embers by Adrian von Ziegler. You can find his stuff if you type in !music2 in the chat. The music and sound effects during the game will be by Sirenscape. Thank you, Terris. Doom. The overlay, starting soon screen, character information, and redesigns of maps were made by me in Incarnate. Cause that's a whole other front. Most of the character art was made by Nathan, except Noctarius, which was made by Lillith. With help of Nathan.
Nathan, that's help.
One more will come soon, don't you worry.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, unfortunately there's a blank space there, but art is coming. We don't just do.
You should have written coming soon.
Yeah, I know. Work in progress. Or under construction. I should have put like a little thing with under construction on there. What else? We have a Discord where you can talk about stuff. This will go up on the D&D and TTRPG, not Minecraft, YouTube channel that we have one of them. And today there was a new episode of Rails posted on that channel, and also an Arana Reads over on the Minecraft channel. So go check out those. And I mentioned the Discord. I mentioned that last but not least, if you want to see what you can do to help or hinder the party, you can do what Psycole did and type in !perks in the chat. Now, let's head around the table and introduce our players. Some of these, well, all of these are probably familiar if you're familiar with the Rails of Morning campaign. No Carnis, because he is busy on Thursdays. So,
yeah.
But let's start with Psycole.
Hi, I'm Psycole. I will be playing Draven, the half Shadowkai warlock.
All right, Terris.
Hello, I am Sir Terris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. This afternoon, morning, whatever, I will be playing Elliot, the not the Albino Drowbard, the Fallen Asima cleric, or if you prefer, priest of pain.
Daddy.
And this is where we remind everyone that this channel is marked mature because we are not.
I'm a child with a drinking permit.
Yes. Nathan.
Hello, I'm Nathan, otherwise known as the Art Arcana, and today I am playing Falcar, the Red Dragonborn Barbarian.
And Lillith. It's so weird that you're not second. Lillith.
I've been first, I've been second. It's so nice being last for once. You have no idea. But yes,
Until all the
hi,
favorite
I'm Lillith.
moments are stolen.
It's fine. I'm usually stealing everyone else. Now it's my turn to be stolen from. But hi, I'm Lilith, or Lily, or Lils. and I will be and Queen of Ducks.
Quack, quack, quack.
And
Quack.
thank you, my underlings. And I will be playing Nocteria the Walker, the variant tiefling. And
And
she is a leatherbot.
And hi, I am Ardana Ojo, or Oi, you there, since Lillith is here. I will be the DM for this campaign and the channel runner of this channel. I am just mildly panicking right now, as I do at the start of every single campaign. So this should be fun. We don't have a recap because this is episode 1.
Oh fuck, I need to take notes.
Thank you.
You're
Whoopsies.
welcome. Eve of, I guess it's in Eve of Ruin notes, starting there.
Yes. And yeah, since we don't have that, how about we get as comfortable as we are going to get, and we get this campaign started.
Woo.
Yay!
All right. Seagulls call along steep cliffs. Waves roar against stones and sails lull in the soft wind. The scent of exotic spices, rich perfumes, and dockhands in need of a bath rise above the harbor in equal measure. Merchants call out the wares against a constant backdrop of braying animals and the clinking of the blue detailed armor of the winter shield watchmen patrolling the streets. Along the streets into Neverwinter, along the streets into Neverwinter, wind and twist the breeze, the crowds thin, and the presence of guards become more and more obvious. The shrieking of poultry is replaced by singing birds, and the only sudden noise is the yapping of a dog small enough to fit in the handbasket. Here, Lord Neverember's estate rests easily, a towering home nestled like a delicate crown between polished granite and shining imported marble. Welcome to Neverwinter, the jewel of the north. Now, Elliot.
Yes?
Another fancy estate. Another rich person paying to not be in harm's way. The grounds are large for a city dwelling. Guards wander the lawns, eyes flickering to you from time to time. You know you stand out against the polished stones of this neighborhood. You know that if you don't move along soon, someone will ask questions. Questions they likely do not want your kind of answers to. The lady has clearly brought you to another person in need, and from the people waiting on the path up to the main doors, you are not alone. The sun is bright overhead, beams shining on red scales, red skin, and a little further away, pale hues that seem to steal the color from the world. Now, what does Elliot look like, and what was his reaction to getting the summons?
Elliot is a relatively tall fellow, pale skin, dark hair. Eyes have been indeterminate color. Some say they're icy blue, some say they're dark black. Often you can see some ethereal wings, ghostly, skeletal, but not always, on his back. They come and go as he pleases. He's clad in leathers and carries a rather nasty looking whip. As for his summons, he approaches it like he approaches many things. with a curious detachment. He doesn't know exactly why it is him that was summoned, and he doesn't particularly care. His lady has asked him to come, and he will come. He does find these people interesting. Eclectic mix.
All
That
right.
one over there that looks about as pale as him is certainly odd.
All right.
Yes.
Well, there we go. Just added that to the thing. That's not the correct one. I have too many nothings. There we go. Well, speaking of the pale one, that looks all about as pale as Elliot, standing outside the Neverember estate, the crossbow hums with curiosity at your back. The sunlight is bright, the colors vibrant. Lord Neverember's invitation beckons you, Draven. The Queen's dark feather rests in your bag, her words clear. Experience the plains, then report back. Guards eye you intently, waiting for your decision. Move past them or stay here. Follow directions or follow your whims. The Raven Queen's word is to learn everything you can about the leaders of this world, but the plains have so much more to offer than just that. Now, Draven, what do you look like, and what was your reaction to the summons?
So Draven is tall-ish, 6'1", 6'2", primarily attired in dark clothing, including a cloak made from raven feathers. He has a half-shaved head with the other side long and dark black hair that is often covering his face. At his feet, you'll probably see this small raven, Caruso, his friend, just pecking along. He has multiple piercings, a dangling earring from one ear, and a smear of like black makeup that covers his eyes to kind of break up his face. When you can see his face, when it's not covered by hair. I think that's Draven. Yes. He moves as if to push past the guards. He's been here before. He has done a few odd jobs already for Lord Neverwinter at the Neverember, even at the Raven Lady's request. But I don't know. This feels different. This feels more urgent.
All right. As Draven moves past the guards, we move over to a odd pairing that we have seen once before. Falcath. The sea air here is strong the sea air is strong here in Neverwinter. The last time you were here, you had no reason to notice it. But now, waiting to be let into Lord Neverember's mansion, you can hear it. The singing of gulls, the murmuring of waves on wooden piers, the tingling of lightning in response to the lulling of sails. Something tickles at the back of your mind, then it's gone, leaving only a profound sense of guilt. Next to you, a red-skinned, pale-haired tiefling is taking in the area. Now, Falcath, what do you look like for those who missed the first time around?
So Falcath is a red dragonborn. He's on the older side, about in his 60s, and I would say he's quite jaded looking. He's been like through a lot of stuff. He's been through a lot of battles. He's quite weathered. And this is but one of another job that he's taken up, and he is. I'd imagine he would never get tired of the sea breeze and the sound of the waves. I'd imagine he would find them strangely calming, especially when he is lost in his own head. Just thinking of thoughts, getting lost. Yeah, I'd say he's quite big as well. Big red dragon barbarian.
All right. Nocteria. Falcath shifts next to you, and your drake huffs impatiently, pulling at the cart that has been your life for how many months now? Unsure. The drake is eager to be anywhere that is not here. It's too clean. It's too quiet for your four-legged companion. The soft wind ruffles your hair. It has been a few years since the last time you were summoned by Lord Neverember, and you have grown a lot since then. Old questions still linger, however. Out of the corner of your eye, you see one pale person standing in front of the gates, looking around. Another equally pale pushing past the guards, all color drained from their visage, like the world around them has stolen their hues. What does Nocteria look like? And how did... I forgot to ask Falcath, how did the two of you react to another summons?
Who's answering? What are we answering first?
Let's have a description of Nocteria first.
You will see like a quite small, maybe 5'4" tiefling, red-skinned, dark eyes with green, very piercing eyes coming through the black. But you can't really make out her face because she has a witch doctor mask from here and bandages all over her body and a big cloak that is very dark, and she just looks like a witch doctor or plague doctor at this point.
All right. So how did the two of you react to getting the note that summoned you to the Neverember estate?
I think therefore I am. I think Falcath will look at the note and say, it appears we've been summoned once again.
Do you think that peculiar little doll is back?
Well, only one way to find out.
True. Hopefully you pace us well this time as well.
Let's hope so.
Let's go, bloody bees!
Bloody beast!
All right. The four of you in front of the doors at the Neverember estate. With Draven making the first move, do the rest of you follow this strange person?
If he chooses to lead the way, might as well follow. We're going.
I
in
will
the same
stand
direction.
back. Yeah, I will stand back a moment, wait for the others to go through, and then slip in behind them.
Nocteria will most likely try and figure out where the fuck to park the cart. And
don't
she
wanna
will
love
go.
it.
And she will go over to her guard drake and just go in front and be like, take his head really like in his face, being like, and talk in Draconic. Don't eat people. Stay. We'll be back soon.
Ah.
And I will give you extra good meat afterwards.
Ah.
And she will like stroke over his scales really softly. And she will just jog after Falkov. Being like,
In the background, you hear a guard call out, "Guess we're all in charge of this thing now." Okay.
good luck with that.
I
don't know what you're complaining about. She told him not to eat anybody.
I think Elcaf will just shout out, "Keep your distance."
Right. Of course. Welcome. The guard looks around, spots you, Elliot, and then turns her head to look at Falka saying something, and then back to Elliot and says, "Welcome to the Neverember estate. I do hope you enjoy your stay."
Likely, but thank you.
If you're here to see Lord Neverember, he's in the audience chamber.
That way.
That way.
Goodbye.
Good day. And she keeps eyeing the drake
not.
who is currently eating a topiary. Alright, as I locate where my notes are. There they are. As you make your way into the grand entrance hall of the estate, you see two sprawling staircases leading upwards and a number of smaller rooms to either side. And one of the doors is open and you can hear voices. Some not heated arguments, but definitely words that are exchanged in rapid succession, and then a tapping on a wooden table as if someone is trying to point at something or make a point of some sort. It is very hard to distinguish what is being said because of the stone floors here, creating an echo, and also voices talking over each other.
I suppose that's where we're supposed to go.
So it's impossible to hear what they're talking about.
Basically what you hear is names of different locations, and then someone going, no, of course they're not there. We already know where the tracking stops. It's here, and we could send a guard in there. And then you hear a older voice go, I've already asked for people to arrive. They should be here momentarily.
I think at that
That's
point,
that-
Falkaf will just do really hard knocks on the door.
Everything just shuts. And Falka, looking inside, you see a room that is filled with people. You recognize the armor of the Winter Shield watchman, the town guard in Neverwinter. You also see three individuals clad in very fine priestly garb with the emblem of Ogma, the god of inspiration, invention, and knowledge, hanging from their shoulders. And then a number of very finely clad people that seem to be some form of advisors or just general nuisance, depending on who you ask. In front of them is a table with a map of the city. And then you see various implements on the table, mugs, cups of wine, one spilled cup that used to contain water that has now run out over the map of the city, and a quill and inkwell, what looks like what's that called? Like a pointer that would explain the tapping. And all eyes just turn to the door as you knock. And after a brief moment, you just hear, "Ah, greetings, my heroic friends. I'm so glad you came. Come in.
Falkaf will push the door, like, really awkwardly.
As you push the door, Elliot's just going to slip in.
Oh, right.
Like, under where you've pushed. Just duck.
Whack.
Quack.
Quack, quack.
I believe we've been summoned.
Draven? Nocteria?
Oh,
She just stands very awkwardly in the way and just like looks at everyone in the room.
Draven just continues to trudge in as if he's been here far too many times. Finds himself a corner, props himself up in the shadows, pulls an apple out from a pocket and a small knife, and starts very carefully peeling it.
Falkaf would give, like, Nocteria a slight nudge and, make sure that she's kind of with him as they kind of walk in, and so she doesn't get too overwhelmed by the number of eyes that's currently staring at us.
Elliot is going to side eye. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
She will just mentally connect with Falca.
So weird someone else saying it.
Yeah. And just be like,
You don't have to talk if you don't want to.
And she just looks up at him, and no one can like hear this, but she's like, it wasn't this many people before.
I am aware. I'm not particularly people either. But if this means money,
Yes,
it'll be done.
money.
But
The most
unfortunately-
important things for mortals, and she just walks in.
Unfortunately, so.
Elliot.
Elliot is going to sort of side-eye Draven and his apple, and then, with a flick of his wrist, send a mage hand over, not to Draven, but to the table to right that overturned glass.
All right. The older gentleman that addressed you looks around, almost like he's trying to gather himself for a moment in the face of his suddenly very peculiar guests. Yes. Like I said, I'm so very glad that you came. I dare say, terrible events are afoot. Very terrible. It has... two of you, yes. It has been a few years since I last called upon you two specifically to aid me, and I am very honored that you had time to do so once again. Unfortunately, your previous companions could not join us today, but I have found more than adequate replacements if reputations are to be believed.
Falcath will quickly whisper to Nocteria, "No more killer doll, it seems."
At least I don't need to be called babyface anymore.
It's a plus.
Or babe.
Yeah.
You could, like, she is still telepathically inclined with you to,
Yeah.
like, you can only see her eyes being like,
I have a feeling if Charles had joined you, he would become kindling after like the first long rest.
I love Charles, but he is not good for campaigns.
No. Maybe like a BBAG in an Ravenloft campaign.
Ooh.
Fucky, it's like a villain in D&D.
Yes. Alright. Oh, I do apologize. I am Lord Neverember. I should have introduced myself. And again, I must thank the two of you so much for the aid you granted us last time. The cult the two of you helped unearth and dispose of last time is gone. We know that. We have confirmed this with the Hoppers. The matter I have summoned you about should be easy for such well-established adventurers such as yourselves. And this time he turns from both Falcath and Nocteria to look at Draven. His eyes lingering at the apple, then back up again, is shrugging a little bit, and then to Elliot, and you can see him like not recoiling, but just startled a little bit, as if he's seeing Elliot for the very first time and just taking in the visage.
Elliot is going to look up and from here on out maintain eye contact silently with Lord Neverember.
It takes about 2 seconds before Lord Neverember breaks eye contact to look back at Falcath and Nocteria, clearly
Kitty.
unsettled.
Kitty.
Well, the task at hand. 4 prominent citizens have been abducted in the past few days. Yeah, taken from their homes. Quite ghastly, to be sure. I have paid good coin to have them found through divination, and the priests you see here have helped me in this regard. And yeah, the good priests of Ogma have done their best to locate our missing people. The 4 missing are well-established and very important individuals of high society here in Neverwinter, and well, the efforts of these priests were halted at the Hallex Mausoleum in Neverdeath Graveyard, but I have no inclination or knowledge as to why that would happen, but well, the two of you are somewhat familiar with the graveyard already, if the reports I received are correct.
You remember?
Do your priests have any idea if these people are still alive?
Unfortunately, no. The location spells that were used have been thwarted at this mausoleum. It is not possible to scry or use any similar divination spells to reach inside the mausoleum itself.
Ah.
We assume that they are still alive, otherwise this whole endeavor would be pointless. So may I count on the help from the 4 of you in rescuing them? There will be a substantial reward in the forms of houses in the city ready for you should you bring these missing people back alive.
You have my
Residence.
assistance.
Interesting.
Nocteria just nods.
Hmm?
Nocteria just nods, being like, eh.
Yeah. Pointedly not making eye contact with Elliot, Lord Neverember then turns to Draven and just, and you?
Sure. Which idiots are lost?
I wouldn't call any of them idiots. Most of them, all of them are quite bright in their own fields. Well,
And yet, you've lost them.
they were taken from their homes in the middle of the night.
Were there any?
You've lost them.
Were there any clues found at their homes that could indicate why they were abducted? Were there any kind of commonalities between them? Were they looking into something that's...
Oh, as far as we can tell, the only commonality they had was that they moved in the upper circles of Neverwinter society. As far as we have been able to determine, there were nothing connecting them other than their status within the city.
Was anything taken from their homes?
Not that investigation have been able to determine, aside from the persons in themselves and the clothing they were wearing at the time of the disappearance. Then again, we were talking to servants of their homes that may or may not been telling the truth.
You think so little of the working class?
I think so little about people in general. This is why I'm still alive and the lord of a major port city.
Would you permit us to have a look at some of their homes to see if we can pull any further information from where they were last seen? Would that be possible?
Oh, if it's things, of course. I don't see why not. We do have a lead, but if you need any further information, then of course, their homes shall be.
You have a lead, you know where they are, but you're asking us to risk our lives. And it would probably be best for us to not go in completely blind, so any information that we can gather would be...
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I do not mean to question your expertise in the question. I did summon you because you are far more well equipped to deal with mysterious happenstances that most of our god or the common person here in Neverwinter. You are well-renowned adventurers, and some people call you living legends, which is why I summoned you for this.
So that brings us to this lead that you mentioned.
Well, yes. Following, using some form of location spell that I am unfamiliar with, we have, well, the priests of Ogma here have managed to establish that their last known location is Halleck's Mausoleum in the Never Death Graveyard. Unfortunately, something is blocking divination efforts in that region.
Possible barrier?
That is very possible. I am not familiar with this, but you see the priest just nod, just probably a barrier of some kind.
Okay.
You are, of course, welcome to search their homes should you need anything at all. We will spare no expense, that's why you're here, in locating these individuals.
Wow. Sounds like an interesting job.
Now
What was their names?
Oh, yes, you asked about them. The four individuals that you are looking for is Eldon Keyward, who is an elven scholar of the Outer Planes, specifically. He does study history, but of the Outer Planes of existence primarily. Indrina Lamsensettel is an actor who moves within the highest social circles of the city, and she is well renowned for her various portrayals of lead heroic female characters in plays. Sarcel Malinosh is a human woman who also dabbles a little bit in the mysteries of the Outer Planes, but she's not a historian. She is also a sorcerer who has had some mishaps when using her talents. One quite amusing anecdote was when she caused the captain of the guard to turn into a potted plant. Oh,
Did you manage to restore him?
Yes, we did. Apparently, you just have to wait for a minute, and he popped right back up, looking like a very unsettled petunia. And then the fourth individual that was taken is a gnome, another historian who specializes in the history of the various deities of our world. Like, as you can see, there were no real connections, but maybe between the elf and Madame Malinosh, because both of them were interested in the Outer Planes, but so are many other people. Or maybe the historians, Eldon Keyward and Master Noblin, but both of them have very different circles of interest.
And the gnome's name?
Umberto Noblin.
Umberto Noblin.
Please do send me names.
Will do. Hold on.
Also, I sent a message in the game log. Is it okay for me to have turned 900 of my gold into diamonds from Reviver?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, excellent. I'll remove those.
Bang.
Ow! Fuck!
She got the other one today?
She's just like literally claws in and like, I'm not comfortable.
And let's see, the last name was Sarcel Malinosh.
As he finishes listing off the names of the people, Draven has finished peeling the apple. The apple peel is in a very tight spiral that he's managed to successfully circumnavigate the whole apple.
Nice.
She then just gently slices his hand with his knife and then attempts to drop some blood onto the spiral, and then he just holds it up in the air and watches as the blood spirals down the apple peel.
You are fascinating.
Lord, most of the other people in the room just look at Draven with like a, what the fuck kind of look.
And just as the blood drops to the bottom of the spiral, the raven hops up onto his shoulder and effectively takes it, like, catches the blood and then slowly starts eating his way up the apple core.
I say most of the people in the room look like, what the fuck? One of the three priests of Ogma is, instead of looking like they're really questioning why they got out of bed today, like leans over with like a really curious look in her eyes, just like, fascinating. Now, would you say that that's something you were born with, or is that something you've learned to do?
In what way?
Oh, controlling the raven, of course.
Oh no, the raven just does what it wants to do.
Oh. Oh, again, very fascinating. Huh. I need once this whole thing is over, I really need to pick your brain about this.
That sounds like an interesting sensation. Picking one's brain. Would one do that?
Well, there
Would
are
you
several.
believe that,
Sorry.
would you believe that the brain itself feels nothing?
Oh,
There are no nerve endings in the brain in the same way that there is, and he's going to reach out and not quite touch you, Draven, in the skin.
Oh, yes, he's quite correct. The brain itself is not known to actually feel anything.
but that's disappointing.
You can make the body do all kinds of interesting things after death, though, if you prod the right areas of the brain.
No,
And
that
during
sounds
life, if you can manage to
more
open
interesting.
stuff.
The other two priests, one woman and one man, just looks at the third one like, keep the indoors thoughts inside. And you hear from Lord Neverember as he turns to you. Did you want to look at the homes before or after you investigate the mausoleum?
I have no opinion either way.
I think maybe before. We might be able to get some insight that might be useful to us.
Absolutely. Now, well, all four of them lived within, not too far from here. Is maybe, I think, Master Keyword's home is the farthest away from here, and it will take you roughly 20 minutes on foot to reach his home. The others are relatively close by. So, I do believe that Master Noblin's estate, well, it's not really an estate, home, house, townhouse, I don't know these words. It's a house. It's quite impressive. It's maybe 10-minute walk from here.
Okay. I suppose that will be our first port of call.
Right, you
Yes.
are. Now, of course, I can't spare too many guards to this, but unfortunately, I do have to insist on someone from the Watchmen accompanying you. If nothing else, for your own safety, though I highly doubt that you will need it, as you search these homes. For insurance, I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
Trust no one, I understand entirely.
Indeed. And, well, since they were abducted, we do not want any strange happenings to occur as you're trying to investigate where they went. Now, who do we pick to follow you guys? Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Let's see. Bop. Nope, that one. Oswald. He turns to one of the guards. would you be so kind as to escort these four to, where did you want to go first?
Whoever's closest.
Well, that would be either Master Noblin or Miss Lamson Settle. Both of them are about 10 minutes walk from here, but in either direction.
Thalcraft will look at the other three. Any preference?
No.
The gnome. I find
gnome.
actors overbearing.
Well, Master
Understood.
Noblin's it is then, and he turns to Oswald, and this kind of spindly-looking human man walks out, and looks at the four of you. So I'm babysitting you. Right, this way then.
As he wanders out, Elliot is going to wander over to where he parked his sleigh and hop on in. He has a snow rider sleigh, so it moves effortlessly over land as if the land were covered in fresh snow, and sends small flurries of illusory snowflakes behind it as it travels. But it's a way to travel that doesn't involve him needing to walk everywhere.
Most fucked up Santa in history.
You don't want what's in his sack.
At least he's got a whip, right?
Whipping all the way.
Mm.
Yeah, but nothing pulls this sled. It just moves on its own. And he's going to pat the seat beside him, just if anyone wants a ride.
I mean, that looks like a novel experience. And Draven climbs in.
Excellent.
I think they're going to get along very well. They seem like that kind of pair.
Yes, they kind of do.
We have
What-
two dark bookends to the colorful people in the middle.
We were told their names before, right? Like the names of the people in the group.
No, you haven't asked yet.
No.
No, but Lord,
Neverember?
yeah,
He hasn't
say their
addressed you
name.
by name yet.
okay.
He seems to know who all of you are, so he doesn't seem surprised that you showed up. But he hasn't addressed any one of you by name yet. Alright.
She would just look at Volkov and be like, odd ones.
Very. But they may prove to be useful. So we shall
Maybe
see
I
how it
could-
goes.
Maybe I should pick their brains.
There might be time for that later.
Eh. And
Shall
she
we?
will just drag her cart with the hopefully not too eaten up. What was it, Topier? He was eating?
Yeah, he was eating a shrubbery.
And she, with the strength of 8, is dragging out a big meat.
Would you like me? Would you like me to pull the cart at least?
Yes, I think Silver thinks it's a little bit too noisy here. Or too little noisy. He kind of wants to bite into something and he decides the shrubbery is good enough. But she will go back in the cart, pick out like a somewhat large meat, and go over to Silver and just give it to him.
Silver turns to you with he's eaten through half of a leafy bush, turns to you, opens his mouth, and you can see like twigs sticking out between his teeth, frozen stiff twigs, and he just as if he's a baby bird and you're about to feed him.
Yeah, and she just puts the meat in, and she knows this, that she will put it in, but she won't like do the quick way because she have been smacking this thing into shape, being like, no, do not bite me. So she will just set it there, and she will have like the finger up and be like, no, you can't.
As he bites down, you see like frost forming across the piece of meat, and then he just
And she will just like go on the back of the cart, having the reins, and just look at Falcraft, being like, yes, we go.
Indeed.
Oswald looks at the group and just blinks a little, shakes his head, and starts leading you towards the gnome's house. And as promised, it takes about 10 minutes to get there. Oswald is not in a hurry, it seems. But eventually you get to this beautiful, like, brown stone brick home that is in 3 floors. And the first 2 floors are held up by these, like, ornately carved stone pillars. And the front door is a green painted oak door with like finely made metal, what's that called? Not hinges, but the thing that makes wooden doors not collapse on themselves. I don't remember. It's basically hinges, and then they continue like to the center of the door to offer structural support.
Another one, what you mean?
On the outside, they seem to be made out of brass. And the windows on the bottom floor are shuttered. And as you walk up, you see this like 3-step staircase up to the front door. Oswald brings out a key and unlocks the door, and just pushes it, pulls it open for you, and says, I'll be out here if you need me. Please don't steal anything. Lord Neverember will yell at me if you do, and I don't want to get yelled at.
Do you know if anyone has had access to this place before? Before you had access to the key and that the person got abducted.
I'm not too familiar with. I don't really move in their same circles. So, but as far as I know, this is not my usual beat either. As far as I know, Professor Noblin didn't really talk a whole lot to other people other than potential peers. He was a little bit special. Most professors are. So,
since he disappeared, no one should have had access to this place.
No.
So everything should be here. Okay.
Well, the servants were dismissed because this is now still an active crime scene, and we're trying to pretend to be professional. Most of us are actually professional, but so much lacking on the job. But no, as far as I know, the only people who have keys to the estate or have access to this place are the Wintershield Watchman and Professor Noblin himself.
Okay.
We got these keys off the servants who worked here.
Okay. Well,
Understood.
shall we head in and investigate?
I think so.
All right.
Well, I would like to know who I'm working with in case I need to call out for someone.
I should be right back before he becomes Pain.
I don't know.
So, while I do that, please everyone who wants, roll me either a perception or investigation check, depending on how closely you are searching the place.
Lilith, Noctaria just asked for introductions, yes?
Yeah. She would like to know who she's working with, yeah.
So, Elliot will just, say, I'm Elliot, priest of Leviathan. And you are?
Did he ask who she was?
Yes, and you are, he said.
I'm just a friendly healer with my cart, and but you can call me Noctaria.
I'm also a healer. Of sorts.
Yes, I think I might have heard a rumor about you.
Well, it's good that there are two of us, I think.
I would believe so, yes. And you are? And she will turn to Draven.
I go by the name Draven. At least here.
Do you go somewhere
Got my
else?
water. Thank you.
I go where the raven tells me. And you can see the raven that's either on his shoulder or on his no, on his shoulder, kind of looks directly at you and then tilts its head to one side and then goes back to preening his feathers.
Yeah, she would have tilted her head at the same time. Because, again, she has, like, the mask of a... She kind of looks like a bird. It is a plague doctor mask, so...
Jihad.
Yes, I have heard some stories about you both.
News travels fast. I've only been here for a short while.
I mean... A lot of people talk. It travels fast. Fortunes, you know?
Some people need to learn to hold their tongue.
Or don't have a tongue.
That would be an interesting sensation.
Creepy as fuck. Alright.
And
And
this
what
is
about
my-
you, Red Man?
Red Band?
Red Man.
My name is Falcath.
Elliot is going to... Elliot is going to lean in to Falcath and look him up and down. You said he's a bit battle-scarred?
Yeah, he's done a lot of shit.
Yeah, and he's going to reach out a hand and again, not quite touch you as he looks. The other hand strokes his chin for a moment, and he's just going to say, your body is a roadmap of pain. And then walk inside.
Okay then, walks in.
Oswald looks at Silver with a "this is my life now" kind of look on his face. Oh, like I said, do call if you need me. I'm gonna be out here making sure that the The lizard doesn't eat anyone.
Well,
And you can see Nocteria looking at the guard, being like, "It's a guard drake.
and make sure you keep your distance.
He has a tendency to numb at things that isn't me."
Believe me, I know.
Well, right you are. Okay, with those first few rolls of the game, let's see, where do we start? Draven, perception. You walk into the house and it is immaculate in the way that a well-lived-in home can be when it is loved, clean, but not a showpiece. There are some corners where there's a little bit of spider web. There are some corners where there's some dust, and the whole place smells of parchment, ink, and wood polish. The first room you enter in is a kind of narrow hallway with a staircase. One door to your left that upon opening reveals to be a closet that holds 2 sets of rows of clothes that would absolutely not in any way fit Draven. They are way too small, but they look to be made for an adult. Leading further in, you see 2 other doors, one to the left and one to the right. One leads to a kitchen, the other one leads to a small sitting room with a view over a tiny garden. What you notice here is that nothing seems to be out of place per se. It looks like it hasn't been cleaned recently, and you recall it's been a few days since the people were abducted, so no one has been in here since. The staircase leading up groans a little bit, creaks a little bit as you step on it, and the floor, the area on the next floor is open into what looks like a large living room, absolutely packed with books. Floor to ceiling bookshelves. The only exceptions being 2 doors. One that leads into a well-kept bedroom, and the other one into what looks like a bathroom. And the 3rd floor is a study. Again, absolutely packed with books, but also a room that looks like it's just for storage. And another one that has this weird contraption that kind of looks like an orrery, or similar, like a globe, but with all the planes of existence instead of planets. What you notice with a 16 perception check is that it hasn't been touched for a few days. No one has been here to clean it. No one has been here to walk around it. There is a faint layer of dust on everything. You can see a few footsteps in it, but as far as you can tell, those are made by the same kind of boots that Oswald is wearing. And there are not that many tracks, almost as if whoever was here was careful to not leave tracks that could disrupt anything.
Okay.
Falcath, with a more thorough check, you see that not only is it the same things that Draven noticed with the dust and the cobwebs here and there, but you also notice that it seems that whoever's done the cleaning here in the past have been a little bit lazy about it. You see some areas where the cobwebs have grown in a little bit more than 3 or 4 days would allow it to. There's a little bit of dishes left. Just a tiny little bit of disorder. And as you reach the second floor in the bedroom with a 19 investigation, you see that in the window there is a nick next to one of the 2 locks that keeps the window in place. Someone pried the window open from the outside. But this particular window faces the street. So it's a question how they managed to get in without being seen. Nocteria and Elliot, 21 and 22 perception respectively. As you look around, you also notice the same details, although you're not looking as closely as Falcath does. There's this feeling of something missing in the space, and as you look around, there is a spot next to the bed which looks like a luxurious bed, but made for a person half of Draven's size. Like, Nocteria could probably be comfortable here, but none of the other 3. Your feet would like be hanging over the edge. But there is this outline of a book on one of the side tables, and the drawer has been pushed in. You know how if you push a wooden drawer in wrong, it kind of jams a little bit? This one seems to have jammed just a slight bit. Almost completely shut. And it's clear that this book was there a lot before the abduction.
Elliot is going to use his mage hand to tap the top of the end table, side table, and then open the drawer with it.
All right. What's the pulling power of a mage hand?
Let me see.
I know it can lift 5 pounds.
Mage hand. I'm sure I have mage hand. Where is it? There it is. It can't attack, activate. So it can't carry more than 10 pounds, but it doesn't say what the pulling power is.
Okay, so if they can carry 10 pounds, I think the normal pulling weight is like 3 times that for an actual character. So let's say, give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. That's a 5.
Yeah, you try to pull the drawer out with the mage hand, but it is jammed. Like, you're gonna need a lot more power than the mage hand has in order to pull that drawer out.
Is that the first nat 1 of the campaign?
Yes, it is.
Oh shit, yes it is. Let me do that real quick.
Keep in mind that people watching cannot see your rolls, so please call them out so people know what you rolled.
So no one can see his mage hand, right?
No, it's visible.
It's visible. It's only arcane tricksters that can hide their mage hands.
Do you need some...
Nocteria will just walk over and try to open
Yes,
the door.
it's stuck. But there was a book here. And now there is not.
Is it hard to open the drawer?
Give me a strength check.
Oh God.
Guidance. With permission.
Yeah,
So Elliot is going
That
to,
was fun.
because Elliot doesn't do anything without permission, he is going to look at Noctaria and just, will you permit me to assist?
I guess.
And he will cast guidance on you. It's basically he moves the back of his hand in a slapping motion well away from you. And you feel a slight discomfort trickle down the back of your spine, like right down your spine as he does this, but you've got an extra D4 for the check.
Okay.
Well, for the next minute, I believe.
It's the next check done within the next minute.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a 14. Not bad for someone with strength of 8. Can open a drawer.
It is jammed pretty well, but you managed to get that just right leverage to get the drawer open, and it pops
Just imagining her jumping like this, trying to open it.
and it just pops out suddenly.
And she will turn to Falkov and look a little bit proud because he knows how weak she usually is.
Tarkov will clap and then point to the window, saying someone appears to have entered the room from the outside, but this window's facing the street. So whoever got in seems to have managed to get in whilst evading detection.
Invisible, perhaps?
Maybe. What did you find in that drawer?
In the drawer, you have a number of what essentially equates to post-it notes. It's a hastily scribbled notes on torn off bits of paper that's just been packed into this drawer. You see what looks like a graphite pen on pencil. Well, not really. It's a sharpened stick that has been burned on one end, so you can make quick notes without having to use an inkwell and a quill. Some of them are kind of hard to see because the charcoal smudges, but a quick perusal of the notes seems to be just ideas of research, primarily into forgotten gods. You see the words Dead 3 on one note. You see a mention of the Raven Queen, and then deity ? Next to it. You see...
Does anyone mention it? That I'm not paying attention. So he's basically just kind of walking along the books, just reading the covers, reading the spines.
If Notorious reading them, she will not read it out loud first. She would skim through it.
Yeah, most of them has to do just random ideas that seem to have to do with research, and a lot of them have been smudged by shoving other papers on top of them. But from what you can make out, it has to do with deities that are not as well known overall. There's a mention of the Raven Queen and that question mark next to deity. There's a mention of Loviatar and of Shar. There is Mieliki is Mieliki Forest, High Forests is the thing on the note. And then a question mark after High Forest. So it seems to be this professor seems to be researching mostly forgotten deities. People, deities that not many people worship.
This seems to be a rather niche subject area.
When this person returns, I think perhaps they and I should have a long conversation about my lady.
The dead free. A graveyard? I think we might be onto something.
Possibly. I don't know about you, but I feel maybe checking out the other home that's close by, just to kind of. I want to see if there's a connection with this subject area. Because if we see that they're all kind of looking into this in some way, shape, or form, that could be a reason why they've taken.
We should also check the windows if you have found, if someone has found reasonable evidence of forced entry.
Whilst I'm perusing the books, has there been any that might reference the Raven Queen in any way, shape, or form as a cursory look on the spine?
As a cursory look, give me a perception check. If you're not like looking into it, then just.
Do you still get advantage though? So.
Yeesh. Nice. With a 20, after like maybe 5 minutes of perusing the books, you do see like there's a very tidy section on the Shadowfell. There are like 6 books in a row that all deal with creatures of the Shadowfell, deities of the Shadowfell, the domains of dread, and what they might be and how they came to be. There's a book on the dark powers and what they might be. And there's one that says Raven Queen, fact or fiction.
Whilst they're all investigating, can I attempt to remove the book from the shelf and put it in my pack?
Absolutely. You do that. It's not difficult. And you see like the books just go boop, where it used to be. And you now have a book that says Raven Queen, fact or fiction in your book, in your pack.
Naughty, naughty.
Shall we proceed to another location to see if there are any links?
Did you say they came from the window?
From what I could tell, they came from this window here, pointing to the one that found the mark on. This is looking out over the street, as you can see. So whoever did it must have done it incredibly stealthily, or had some sort of spell or enchantment so that they would be invisible, because otherwise it'd be very hard to not be detected.
Invisibility, pass without a trace, something like that.
Presumably.
Is it far up?
This is on the 2nd floor. So you could reasonably climb it or jump it.
It is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be taking these notes with me.
Good idea.
And she will
Would
put
like
it
to
in
take
her
a closer
backpack.
look at
All right.
those, but
You can note down various notes on forgotten or forgotten deities. It's basically deities that not a whole lot of people worship for one reason or another.
She will put it
Imagine
with the rest of her notes of herbs and stuff.
Mhm.
Next to the diamond she accidentally pulled away from the first session.
Whoopsies.
Well, that might be useful for later.
Yes, David.
As everyone starts to leave, I presume, can I effectively go to the window? Hold on, I need to check. How many charges does this have?
So, just a note, you don't have to ask me if you want to do something that is reasonable in this situation. You can just do it.
No, I was just checking because whilst everyone is going to whilst everyone starts leaving, I walk towards the window, basically open the window, tap my chest, and levitate up the building.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, you levitate up the building and you reach a blue shingle roof. Very nicely laid. There's a little bit of a hatch in the roof that you could reasonably assume is for like a chimney sweep to get access to the chimney that is currently stone cold because no one has been in here for days.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Can I have a look around to see whether or not I notice anything on the roof, as if they had rappelled down in some way, shape, or form, or left any additional evidence on the roof?
All right. Give me an investigation check. Yeah, it will be an investigation check this time.
That's
I don't think
4.
even guidance would help you.
Yeah, so I'm so proud of myself for thinking of levitating up the side of the building that I'm not paying attention. I just
One moment, actually. One moment. If I'm outside, do I see him having levitated up there?
I would have jumped out the window as you were leaving the building, or as you were leaving the room.
I mean, I guess. No, you like if you look up, like the moment he steps on top of the roof, but like if there's a reasonable way you would do that. Otherwise, no, you would just at this point notice he's not with you.
And no, I don't think even an additional 1d4 plus 2 and guidance would help here.
No, no, it wouldn't.
No.
You look around, Draven, and you see blue shingles that are very well laid out. Whoever laid these roofs, like in this area, is a very, very good craftsman. It seems to be recently done. Recently done. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe within a year or so. But you don't really see anything that sticks out other than a chimney.
Okay. Well, as soon as the investigation was a 4, I basically look around really, really quickly and just go, and just fall backwards off the roof, and then just before I hit the ground, effectively restart concentrating and levitate, so I just land in front of everybody.
I'm gonna attempt.
Interesting.
What was that?
Oh, he just looked at you and gone, interesting.
Apparently I have the April Fool's dice. You hear a from Oswald as you land.
Oh, yes. I forgot you were here. And as I say that, the raven lands on his head.
So, could you please take your bird?
I hold up my hand and it kind of just jumps across to my hand.
Thank you.
You are easily startled, he's going to say, and then walk over and sit in his sled.
Found nothing? Found something?
The window was interesting.
It was open, as far as I know. I wasn't here when the first investigation came around, but I was told it was open when they got here. Well, a window was open. I don't know which window you're talking about.
The bedroom one.
Yeah, that was found open during the investigation with the first one.
Yeah, someone opened it from the street.
That's news to me.
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it?
True. Did you find out anything of interest? Do you want to go somewhere else?
And I sit down in in Elliot's sleigh and pull out an orange this time that I start attempting to peel in the same way.
I guess the next home.
Well, where do you want to go? Miss Lamson
Which one?
It's across that way, about 20 minutes
Which
that
one
way.
is? Which one's closest to our current location?
Current location, we have, well, Miss Lamson Settles is 20 minutes that way. It points basically the way you came and then
Further. Yeah.
further. Master Keywords is that way, about 20 minutes.
Off.
And Miss Malinos's is about 15 minutes that way.
Only 5-minute difference. Okay.
Are any en route to this graveyard?
Thinks for a moment. Let me see if he knows. I need to change my die. Yes, I need to change my die. I do believe that Master Keywords is roughly in the same direction.
Then let us go in that direction.
Right you are. I'm gonna change my dice real quick.
Oh, my mage hand can be invisible if I want it to be because I've got the telekinetic feat.
Ooh.
That was why I was wondering.
But he wouldn't have made it invisible because he was using it as a pointer at first as well. So, yes.
Okay. How many of us have got mage hand?
Me?
Has Nocteria got mage hand as well? Okay. So it's just the two dark brooding strangers that can have slap fights.
Well, if we're heading to Master Keywords, the second historian, in fact, it's this way.
Lead the way.
Is there room in the sleigh? Would you like to join us?
I would prefer to walk.
Walking is
Suit
such a
yourself.
boring thing. This is quite fun and enjoyable. You should give it a go.
It looks at the sleigh, looks at the two of you, looks at the sleigh.
How many seats? How many seats does the sleigh have? Has it only got two? Do we need to like squidge up to give Oswald some room?
It doesn't actually say.
I imagine it has like a driver's seat and then a seat like in the back.
Here's the image for you guys. I'm going to just put it in Evrel's chatter. Because I don't think I can put it in... I could maybe try.
Yeah, so it has like a driver's seat in the middle there, and then a seat in the front, and then seating in the back as well. So I'd say, unless you have like a pack or something, you can easily fit 6 people on this.
Nice. Is Elliot sat at the back?
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay. Draven would have almost certainly sat at the back with you then.
Excellent.
Very much like, oh, this is quite really cool. Yeah, Oswald, there's plenty of room.
It looks at, I'm gonna do this thing, see if it changed anything. Did it change anything? It did not. Hold on. I'm gonna reload my page. Anyway, he steps forward a little bit and then just slides in the seat at the front and looks at the two of you. Well, we're heading south-southeast along that road.
Excellent. Yeah, he will wave a hand and basically, because it's not an attunement item, just give control over to the guard.
Alright. You see Oswald is look at you and then thinking about where you're going, the sleigh takes off. He looks very, very unsettled, and he like starts and stops a few times along the way.
Would you like some orange? Would you like some orange, Oswald?
No, I'm allergic to citrus.
Ah, well, that's a shame.
You sure you wouldn't like some orange?
I would prefer. No, I like to actually be able to work and breathe.
That.
Fair enough.
Nocteria and Falcath, what are you doing as this sleigh suddenly just wears off in weird, stuttering motions?
She will just be like, "Do you want to drive the cart? I might go in the back and just make some cough remedies and stuff to see if we might be able to sell some here while we are at it."
Sounds like a plan to me. Leave it to me.
And I do think they are quite interesting.
They are. I'm sure we'll.
I guess this is how they are looking at us sometimes when we enter a city.
Suppose that makes sense. I mean, we do stand out.
And she will look him up and down and then look at herself. Two red-skinned people with tails. A little bit.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll be
I
the back
will-
if you need me.
Sounds good. I'll let you know when we arrive.
And she will use her herbal kit to make some cough medicines and stuff.
Alright. Well, give me a medicine check using your herbalism kit. So that's a D20 plus your proficiency bonus. And it takes you, well, if you're both riding, it takes, instead of taking 20 minutes, it takes you about 12 minutes. That's a ridiculous check.
That's a 13.
Yeah, it's a 2 for a 13.
You got a plus
High
11.
level campaigns,
Jesus
people.
Christ.
She's a medical person, believe it or not.
No, I'm just saying, that's very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
With the 13, you do manage to make 2 small vials of cough drops that will easily soothe coughing for a few hours. It takes you about 12 minutes to get to Keyword's home, and compared to Umberto Noblin's house, this is a squat building. It's 2 stories and it's kind of wide more than tall. Wide windows on the 2nd floor that seems to let in a lot of air and light. The roof itself is made out of wood shingles. Is that what they call it?
Shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah, wood shingles.
Yeah.
And the walls are lined with a dark wood. Standing planks of dark wood. The door is very simple. Just a simple oak door. But the room inside, when you first get in, is huge. And the whole space is open. There are two small rooms and a winding, like a spiral staircase at the end of this room. But the whole place seems to be held up by archways and pillars. And bookshelves. There are bookshelves everywhere. Bookshelves used as load-bearing bookshelves. Bookshelves made to be like coffee tables. There are various small tables with chairs next to them, and you can see that there are leftover mugs, tiny little cups that have held some form of drinks at some point. 3 doors lead away from this place. One that is slightly open leads into a kitchen. One seems to be the outhouse, and one leads to the back garden. And once again, if you want, you can roll me a perception or investigation check.
Absolutely. I did not mean to roll that. I did not roll anything. That was someone else. Okay.
I will see if it has changed my dice for me. Have you changed my dice for me? You have, thank you. Alright. Ooh, nice. Alright. Balka. With that investigation check, a 14, it seems like this place was built for someone who values a lot of open space and light. You don't see all that many, for lack of a better term, artificial light. There's not a lot of lanterns or candles strewn about. You do see one lantern standing on a table next to a plate with crumbs on it and what looks like a tanker that smells of coffee. But all in all, it would be very hard to surprise someone on the bottom floor. It is very open and very airy. The spiral staircase that leads up is well maintained. It doesn't creak, it doesn't groan. And the second floor is almost as open as the first one, with having, instead of 3 doors, it has 4 doors that lead out of this huge open space. 2 doors are open here, one that leads onto a bedroom and what looks like a spare bedroom. The other 2 doors it leads into a study slash laboratory of some kind, and the other one leads out onto a balcony. Again, the space is very open, and it is dusty. There's a lot of dust on everything. And you don't see any footprints in the dust.
Interesting.
Draven, Elliot, and Nocteria. This place is dirty. You can see light streaming in through, like, you know that sensation of when light hits dust?
Yes.
This place hasn't been clean in a while. And it smells like old books and dust and coffee. Not dirty. It doesn't have that sour smell. So someone takes care of themselves enough to not be filthy or unhygienic, but they clearly don't care about dusting. There's also no spiderwebs anywhere. But there is a thin layer of dust on everything. On the second floor, it's the same thing there. In the study, you do find papers, parchments, quills, test tubes, and vials of all kinds of things. And a lot of letters. Most of them seem to be addressed to what's his name? Elden Keyword. And most of them have to do with research again. A lot of research. There is, however, one letter that is clearly from some form of parental figure admonishing their darling Elden for never writing. You also see a very similar orrery in this study room, much smaller than the one that Umberto had, but it's there. And this researchers seem to specialize in the planes themselves, not specific deities or creatures. But there are some notes on domains of dread. There are some notes on the lower planes, and as well as the outer planes. And there are some underlined notes that talks about a city at the center of everything. And I'm gonna be naming this Sigil because the name Sigil is dumb. So Sigil, the city at the center of everything. Once again, this time at the back of the house, the three of you notice that one of the windows have been pried open from the outside. It's right next to the balcony, but this time they didn't bother to be careful about it. So you can see like there's a knife wedge in the wood there where the hooks have been dislodged to open the window.
Let's hope that the guards actually picked this one up. Sloppy work in the last house.
My question is the order of how
The
Or-
production?
how yeah. And if they told
I'm
us
wondering.
everything.
Yes, I'm wondering if there's a missing book here. But there are so many books, how would one know?
DM,
Yes.
does Nocteria see any like red lines of what's going on between the historians?
You can give me an investigation check if you want.
$16?
With a 16, I'm going to
Guidance.
say that the conclusion that they don't really have anything in common other than their general area of research is probably a correct one. These two happen to study the outer planes, but in very different fields of interest. While Umberto Noblin is interested in the creatures and deities of the planes, Eldon keywords seem interested in the planes themselves, like the terrain, the environments, things like that. He doesn't seem interested in the creatures whatsoever.
One interested in the creatures, one interested in the plane itself.
Do we feel that it might be worth our time visiting the other two locations to possibly fill in some more gaps in our knowledge of how these four people could be linked?
I think so, but before we do that, I have a small idea that may be helpful for the safety of my companions here, if you will indulge me.
Go ahead.
And he is going to sort of peer around looking for a book in this area of religious or legal importance. Would he find anything like that?
Let me check. If give me an investigation check.
I have a +0 to investigation. So that is a 4.
There are a lot of books and things in this space. It's difficult to see where notes have been moved. You can't really find anything that has been touched in the past days.
He's not looking for a book of importance to see that someone's touched it. He's just looking for any book of legal or religious importance to use a spell.
Okay. There are several. I'm gonna say, even with a 4, it's if you spend some time looking, I'd say if you take like 10 minutes, it's gonna take you about
Excellent.
10-15 minutes to find one, but you do manage to find one eventually.
So he'll find it. He'll grab this book and he'll go, I want each of you one at a time to pledge to me that you will not get lost or abducted. If you break this promise, this contract with me, for the next 10 days after you have broken your promise, I will know the distance and direction to you, unless the spell is dispelled.
That's an interesting safety net.
Yes.
I can see how it could be of use, considering
Well,
we are investigating.
Technically, you could promise me anything, but I feel that if being lost or abducted triggers it, I would at least know that you're lost or abducted, and not just running away or going off on other adventures.
Insight check.
By all means, incite me.
Oh my god, my passive insight is 21. Jesus Christ.
Passive insight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what am I doing wrong?
25.
He is being completely candid and not lying to you in any way.
What do we need to do, you said?
Put your hand on this book and promise me, or pledge, swear an oath, that you will not get lost or abducted.
And she just puts her hand onto a book and be like, I promise you to not get lost or abducted, I guess?
And I will use 3 spell slots to do this for each of you, rather than waiting 30 minutes for the ritual. It'll take a minute each time instead of 10. Because we, I assume, are in a bit of a hurry.
Yes.
Before I place my hand on the book, I would turn to look at the raven to see what the raven would do.
Raven cocks his head. Just
And then I place my hand on the book.
Excellent.
Pledge.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Don't thank me. Thank the raven.
And he will turn to the raven and say, "Thank you."
Shall we head to the next location?
I think so.
Oh, can't we just go to the mausoleum and...
The more information we have about why they could be kidnapped can help us in this investigation.
I might also add Elliot has stowed that book in his bag of holding, actually.
that
For
means I have to
reasons.
find a title for it.
Legal text 101.
How to be a cleric for dummies.
Actually, hold on, let me check something, because there's something interesting here. Where are you? No, wrong one. Wrong one. Where are you? Ah, come back.
The Laws of Baldur's
I'm out.
Gate, Volume 1 of
No,
760.
because there's something. There is actually something funny about Eldon. Come back. Where did he go? Why is this information not in the same space? You piece of. Okay. All right. The book you found is the the importance of writing down your findings in service of Denier.
Can you write that down so I can make a note?
Absolutely. Let me. I'm gonna put that in the VTT chat. There you go. Oh, I can't spell. In the service, not in inti. That's fine.
I cannot copy that.
No, you can't copy in DD Beyond. That's why I had to write it manually down.
Sorry.
It's not your fault, but next time please just send me it. It will be in the notes, I promise.
It's fine. I'll write it out for you. I'm gonna put it here. The importance of writing things down in the service of Denier. There you go.
Thank you.
And it's very clearly a book on how to serve the god Denier, the god of writing and knowledge.
Okay. Added to bag of holding.
Nice. Alright, which way are you going next? At this point, it's gonna be... I mean, with the sleigh and the cart, it'll take you about 20 minutes to reach Lamson Settle's house, from where you're currently at, and it will take you about 10 minutes to reach Malinosh's house.
Wherever our god chooses to take us, I guess. He's driving.
Well, he's driving you where you want to go.
How about the one that's 10 minutes away?
Miss Malinosh, then. Right. Let's remember how to get there. Right, here you are. And then trying to get this thing to actually work for him. The house of Sarcel Malinosh is plain. It's a very simple stone brick building, no real what's it called? Decorations on the outside. There's a flower bed, like flower pot thing hanging from a second story window. But that's about it. It looks kind of like, compared to the houses next to it, it looks very unassuming. Oswald steps out looking a little green and leans against one of the pillars that is supporting a doorway that has a little roof on it, and he's just leaning against it, just looking like he's about to faint.
Are you quite all right?
I'm walking. No, I'm walking.
Suit yourself. Would you prefer I drive?
No.
Would you prefer sitting on a cart?
Yes. I don't know where you got that bedeviled sleigh, but it's evil.
Only in the hands of the uninitiated, I suppose.
Right. Here's the key to the house. I will be getting that. No, wait, hold on. I will get yelled at if I do that. And he walks over to the door. Another plain wooden door. And just hear the clock tick. The lock click. And he steps back to lean against the support pillar. Let me know if you need anything.
I will. We will.
Thank you.
And
Nocteria will give him some nausea medication.
I thank you.
Remember to drink some water with it.
If I didn't get anything now, it's coming up. I've never been motion
no.
sick before in my life.
I know if you take this and you drink the water afterwards, you should be feeling fine within like 2 minutes.
Right, thank you. I appreciate that. And he just pulls that and then water and he's very clearly exceptionally motion sick.
And then she just walks off because she knows it works.
Yeah. Alright, who's first in through the door?
I think Falcoff.
Alright. You push the door
Which
open.
house were we at?
You're at Samsel Malinosh, the human
Okay.
wild magic sorcerer.
Just needed to know.
You push the door open, Falca, and you are faced with absolute insanity. It's a riot of colors inside. There are banners and flags and things hanging from the various nooks and crannies everywhere. There are flower pots and dying flowers in vases. There are paintings, and nothing is like, whoa, this, like, it clashes, but it's a lot. Like, a lot of colors everywhere.
Falcoff will look in, see this, step out quickly, close the door behind him, and turn to the rest of you and be like, warning, it's a sensory experience in there. You have been warned. It's a lot. Opens the door, goes back in.
Interesting. Draven pushes forward.
No,
Did someone say sensory?
Yes.
Draven,
Yes.
give me either a Constitution or Wisdom save.
Just because I want the lower multiplier, because I want it to be funny. A 9.
You walk in and you're in a fever dream. It's like the worst mushroom trip you've ever heard of.
He's kind of stood dead in the middle of the room, and he's just like... He's completely still, like otherworldly still, but his eyes are darting around the room like crazy, trying to focus on one thing or the other. It's just like...
Told you.
Elliot will notice, he hasn't gone in yet, but he'll notice that Draven has stopped in the doorway, and he's going to, or just inside, he's going to slide in next to him and take a look around briefly.
Yeah, it's it looks like a kindergarten exploded in here. Again, nothing like it's nothing that clashes, but it's a lot of colors.
Right.
There's
Where
a
to begin?
somewhere in this explosion of a hippie compound, for lack of a better term. There is a staircase leading to the second floor. Second floor is slightly calmer. Instead of just being every color on the color wheel, it's more like cold colors, more blues and whites and purples instead of just everything. And anyone who wants can give me a perception or investigation check.
Query, can one guide oneself?
I don't see why not.
Actually, no. I will... I will guide Falcath.
Thank you.
All right. You rolled an
That's
intimidation check instead of investigation.
Oh, did I? Oh.
It's intimidating the colors.
Intimidation, investigation. I say. Let's have a look.
Plus guidance.
Plus guidance.
Plus guidance.
D4, right?
4. D4, yes.
Nice.
15.
Oops.
I'm not rolling. I am
Okay.
far too overwhelmed by the psychedelics that are currently going through my brain.
Rod just
Fair.
fell off the windows.
Fair enough. All right, Elliot. This place is a lot. You have seen a lot, but this is a lot. You can, with a 12, you do eventually discern that many of these things around you are not placed so much as happen to be here. And whatever has been in the way of just regular everyday life has been shoved to the sides, as if someone just gave up trying to make sense out of this place. And you do recall that Miss Malinosh is a wild magic sorcerer, so there might have been more than one accident when using magic that has caused whatever this is.
Erratic
Um,
is all he says to that. Erratic.
Falcath with a 15 total. There is some semblance of order here. You do notice that there are, instead of so much like sorted things, there are just general regions that serve a similar purpose. And on the bottom floor, everything's kind of cramped and filled, but there are 3 doors on the bottom floor. One that leads into a rather spacious sitting room that has a nice looking piano in it, seating, like a seating area with a couch and 2 armchairs, a lounge chair, nicely appointed rugs. Like, everything is really well made and looks expensive. The other 2 leads into a kitchen. Same thing there. There's some semblance of order here, but someone has clearly given up in keeping perfect order. So it's more like, okay, so the serving food on region is here, cooking food with region is over here, and stabbing food with region is in this general area. And the actual edible things are in this region, like vegetables and things. Same thing with the second floor. You have 3 different rooms in addition to the hallway you end up in. Two are bedrooms. One that looks like it's been in use a lot, and one looks like it's a spare bedroom. And then you have a sort of study, kind of a hobby room almost. There's an easel there, there's some paints, and a cluster of what looks like crystals and some notebooks. And with a 15, I'm gonna say that you recognize some of these things as arcane focuses. And then through a window you can see what looks like a shed in a well-appointed garden. Nothing really stands out to you. There's a small balcony that overlooks the garden, but as far as you can tell in this riot of things, nothing really seems out of place. Nocteria with a 25 perception check. You do notice all of this as well. When you get into the second bedroom, that's when you notice the window has been jimmied open from the outside. And looking down, you can see what looks like a flower trellis with a lot of broken vines on it, as if someone climbed up it and didn't bother trying to be careful with the plants. There's also a thin layer of dust on everything, but that's to be expected with a place that hasn't been cleaned in a few days, especially a place this chaotic. You do notice the same kind of organized chaos, but it hasn't been cleaned in a while.
So she will just walk into the second bedroom. They can see her tail going back and forth a lot. And she will suddenly just be poking her head out the window. Well, it seems like they climbed up, broke in, got what they wanted.
Seems like this is the most evidence we've got in how someone got in.
Yes.
What's on the notes on the study?
Most of it has to do with various experimentation with her own magic and the effects. But you also see that she seems to have a prophetic gift of some kind. She has prophetic dreams. And some of them she has written down a shorthand. It's kind of difficult to discern at first what it's about, but it seems like she's talking about various different figures doing different things in her dreams, and then that coming true. And then let me see, how did she... Yes, I know, Cat. I know. Okay. One of the notes you find with a 25 deals with how to get magic back. It seems that she recently lost access to her powers.
Is that even possible?
Have Nocturia heard about this? People losing their magic.
You can give me an Arcana or Religion check.
That's a 13.
Not really. You know that, like, clerics who piss off their gods can lose their powers. You've heard of warlock stories where the warlock has lost their powers because the patron got mad, and paladins who break their oaths. But you never heard of a sorcerer losing their powers.
She will hide this note from everyone else and just put it in her backpack for now.
All right. Absolutely, you can write that down.
But the other notes, like, well, she seemed to be some kind of prophetic dreamer, seeing things before they happen. Kind of like an oracle, if you may say so.
Interesting.
Very.
So we've had someone who explores the forgotten gods and creatures of other planes. We have someone who is interested in the planes themselves, and now we have someone who can essentially dream the future.
Apparently.
Interesting. It certainly seems like these people have very unique but intertwined areas of study.
It seems like it.
That may be of use to someone in a particular position. My theory is that perhaps this is why they were taken, because of their areas of research and their gifts.
I would assume so.
No, I feel like we need to discover the final location and what it has to tell us before we can eventually.
Our chaperone is up to it.
Mm-hmm. If there's nothing else.
Where did Draven go?
I think he's still downstairs, mesmerized by the sensory experience of the living area. So perhaps it might be a good idea to leave before he goes into a catatonic state. Now, shall we head to the next location and then proceed to the graveyard afterwards?
Yes.
Works for me. Elliot is going to wander downstairs and check in on Draven.
Draven has semi-retreated into a corner, but is still basically semi-catatonic, just staring at everything across the walls and stuff.
Elliot is going to move in front of Draven and crouch down. He's not going to sit, but he's going to, squat down to get in front of him and staple his fingers together for a moment and just Draven, and then click his fingers. Hello.
Yes, 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 yes. And I'm just
You,
staring at Elliot.
You here? Are you with us?
Yes, I'm fine.
We're ready to leave whenever you are.
Excellent idea. And I put my eyes to the ground and walk out the door.
Nocteria will mind link with Falcraft. I'm
You can say-
getting used
Trying
to
to
it.
call him Falcor.
It's weird, isn't it? You can say you call them Falk.
Okay, Falc.
Falk. There we
See,
go.
I can't help but not think of just swearing all of the time.
Ah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Falc,
Mm-hmm.
I found a note about losing magic. I never heard of a sorcerer losing their magic.
Could I roll to see if I've heard anything out of pure
Yeah.
curiosity?
Absolutely.
Would that be Arcana or
Arcana or religion?
which one's better than neither are better? Let's go for that.
It's basically the same thing. Like you know of stories of clerics pissing off their gods, warlocks pissing off their patrons, and paladins breaking their oaths. But other than that, you don't really know of anyone who was born with magic that just lost it.
I can't say I've heard anything of that nature happening. I would say, as sorcerers are normally born with that magical potential,
Right.
something to do with the magic itself or the source of that magical potential
But I mean,
could
it
be.
could be.
Yeah, or it could be an outside force that could be disrupting that magical connection. Possibly.
My question is, what would someone kidnap a
Other
normal
sorcerer.
person? A magicless sorcerer?
Unless they are still able to have those dreams. Either that or they saw something in their dreams that someone found to be of interest to them.
Well, I don't want to start panicking our pale friends.
No, naturally. But let's keep this between us for now. We will find some more information at this next place, I'm sure, and then as we dive,
Yes,
as we
the
dive deeper,
actress.
the actress.
Yes, that's the house we're going to next.
Oh yes. I definitely knew that.
And she will pat Falk on like the shoulder, being like, "Yeah, sure you did."
Am I showing my age?
No. Not at all.
Good. Shall we?
After you.
Oswald looks markedly better when you come out again. He looks almost fully recovered. And then, well, find anything interesting?
I would say Draven saw something very interesting.
Oh,
Have you yourself actually looked inside this house?
I have not. No.
Would you like
And-
to?
And she will keep the door open.
He looks,
And-
in,
Yeah, the
he looks
Falcap is
inside and
replying,
just go, oh,
Yep.
right. Well, where do you want to go next? Miss Lamson settle or or the mausoleum? That's a lot.
I'd like to see
I think
how
it would
this
behoove us
actress-
to. Yes.
Right, Miss Lamson settle it is. He looks at your sleigh and he's, I'm not getting on the devil's sleigh.
You can join
And-
us on the car.
Thank
Suit
you.
yourself.
Is it far
I'll
away
follow
from-
you.
Oh, it's from here. It's about, well, at the speed we've been traveling the past few, about 15 minutes.
And she will knock
Easy
on the cart, being like, "Then I'll be in the back."
Right. Well, it's interesting draft animal you got there. Well, this way, and he indicates the way where you're supposed to be going. And about 15 minutes later, you do come up at a nice house surrounded by what looks like a wrought iron fence, standing in the middle of a lawn with a small bubbling fountain right next to the pathway up. It's not very different from Lord Neverember's house, except it's smaller. But it's very well made. Like the large stone bricks, very well put together. It just looks nice, like one of those houses where you go like, I would like to live here.
This is
Yeah,
a nice place.
yes, this is a nice place. You see two guards standing by the doors, but when they see Oswald, they just let all of you through. And he hops off the cart and walks up the door and unlocks it and please don't touch anything unless you have to.
Will do.
Hmm.
When we enter.
And why is that?
I get yelled at.
For touching.
Well, if you're gonna touch something, make sure no one notices it been touched. You'll understand when you get inside.
Very well.
Perhaps we shall enter.
Yes.
As you enter, you almost immediately understand what he's talking about. The whole place looks like a showroom. It is meticulously cleaned and organized. Everything in its right place, everything hung to perfection in the wardrobe right next to the door, and it looks like you walked into a real estate catalog. And the only thing disturbing this whole view of the ground floor is, again, kind of narrow entrance hallway with a staircase a little bit further in, an open archway that leads into a sitting room, and a door that leads into a kitchen. Right next to the staircase is another door that seems to be leading into a living room with a harp against one wall. The only thing that disturbs this view is a thin layer of dust on everything. And you can see footprints in the dust from the boots that the guards wear. This is another two-story house, and you can see light spilling in across the staircase from the top floor. Now, each one can roll a perception or investigation check, depending on if you want to do a deep.
No!
Second that one! Woohoo!
No!
Oh no.
Oh no. Nice. All right.
Must be nice rolling high.
Yes, if you haven't done that the whole session. Falcath, this is almost ridiculously like organized. It's like being on a stage. Like someone is setting up a stage play in here. It's stupid. The whole place is stupid.
Who can live in a place this clinical?
An actress, apparently.
Hmm. Indeed.
Elliot,
Oh, I was going to guidance someone as well, and I forgot to. Let's guidance Draven with his permission. Just, I think he doesn't quite touch again, but sidles up behind Draven. Just, would you like a little assistance?
Sure. Why not?
And yeah, he will then gently put the hand on the shoulder, and you feel that uncomfortable tingle down your spine as he does so, as his guidance hits you.
Well, that's an interesting sensation.
Quite.
all right. Well, Elliot, with a 12, you take in this place, and it's hard to believe that someone lives here and not just use this to show off. There are plants in the windows, there are paintings on the walls, but they don't really tell you anything about who lives here, other than that they are meticulous in their sorting, and whoever they hire for cleaning has done a remarkable job up until the person was abducted.
May I roll insight on this person's character? Because to me, Elliot, they seem shallow, hollow. He
Sure.
wants to determine from looking around if, that's a 25.
All right. Looking at everything. Well, first of all, with the perception you get, it's like it looks shallow and kind of uncanny as you continue to look around. Something is a little bit off. It doesn't hit you until you get to the second floor. The second floor has one main bedroom at the far end of the hallway, and then two other spare bedrooms, and another large sitting room that leads onto a balcony that overlooks the back of the house, and you see a spectacular view of the harbor. And then it hits you as you look out. This place is for show. Whoever lives here needs to show that they've made something of themselves. Because as you look into the main bedroom, it is not as meticulous, as showy. The bedroom is comfortable. It has thick blankets and fluffy pillows and a thick rug. Like, it looks homely. A stark contrast to the rest of the house.
I do wonder who hurt them so badly that they have to show them that they've made it. Were they trying to impress?
Draven, with a 19. You look around in this place, and it's strange. The whole place reminds you of certain areas you've been in your past. Like the Hall of Mirrors in the Raven Queen's castle. This is just showpieces. A collection. And as you look around, you do notice that the door that leads into the garden from the back of the house has splinters along where the lock is. And it looks like someone broke the door open. But not enough that it couldn't be like shut again, but they haven't bothered picking the lock. They just broke the door open. And as you look around, there's no seeming attempt to break in on the second floor like with the others. And it also seems that the door onto the garden from the back is the easiest way, but they still, whoever did this had to then go up to the top floor, to the back of the house, grab Miss Lamson's saddle, and then get back down the stairs again and out. Nocteria with a 22. In this room, the main bedroom, you do find, eventually like snooping around a bit, you do find what looks like a small chest in in the wardrobe that is hidden under what looks like a pile of pillows and a blanket. It's not locked. And inside you see a bunch of papers, notes on various people that this woman has met quite recently, some of them. And I'd say with a 22 perception check, you do, like, even quickly rifling through these papers, you do find a note that says Neverember legit? Question mark.
Okay.
The other papers don't really stand out to you. It's mostly just notes on various people that she seemingly have met. And I'd say that none of the names really stand out to you. I can't really imagine Nocteria and Falcath moving in Neverwinter High Society.
Nope.
Yeah.
Can you imagine any of them moving
No.
in
I mean,
High Society?
Elliot maybe.
No. He may have a specific sort of clientele in Neverwinter High Society.
Indeed. Lots of money that can buy various
Types
things.
of pleasure.
Various things.
True. None of these people have ever been Elliot's, have never taken Elliot's services, any of his services. Have they?
No, not really. There seem to be rich people or the cultural elite, if you want.
So what I'm saying is every one of these houses had a rather faint odor of vanilla.
Yes.
Understood.
Yeah, Nocteria will like pick up the one with the Everwinter legit
Mm-hmm.
and be like, I have no idea what this means, but I don't know if anyone is supposed to be legit or... No?
I don't know.
Well, neither do I. Does he look
Yes,
legit?
Well, I don't know too much about Lord Neverember, but
Well,
if
me
he
and
were
Tom only
illegitimate, he
done one job.
probably... If he were illegitimate, he probably wouldn't be a lord.
Well, he could be a bastard.
They generally don't get to be lords.
Not if you hide it.
There is that. Well, could be that. Doubt it. I've never heard a rumor.
Neither have I.
And you're a bard, so I assume you would have if there were any to be heard, yes?
Is there any rumors about him not being legit?
There are a lot of rumors surrounding Lord Neverember. The guy is like 80 years old and in a position of power. There are a lot of rumors about him. He used to be a lord in Waterdeep. Now he's a lord of Neverwinter. He's part of the Lord's Alliance, one of the most powerful merchant alliances on the Sword Coast. It's hard to discern fact from fiction with every rumor and myth and story that surrounds him. The most recent thing is that he had a claim to the governorship of Neverwinter, and well, he apparently had a legitimate claim to it. So, because they made him Lord of Neverwinter.
And she will just like ramble up all of these random rumors. So,
Sounds like
I mean,
an interesting fella.
well, yes. I mean, there's a lot of rumors about every rich person. The question is, was he legit to take Neverwinter? He apparently had a claim for it.
Interesting. Perhaps that's what she meant, without speaking to her personally. I don't think we'll really ever know what she meant.
Well, depending if we find her.
Yes. Well, that's what we've been charged with doing, so let's hope we do.
Yes.
So now can we go to the mausoleum?
I would
I
say
imagine so.
I think that's our next stop, yes.
Finally.
You seem to me to be a man of action.
Let's just say I am here to experience things. And with the exception of that colour palette, This has been a rather
Dull
droll
adventure.
hour or so far.
Perhaps later I can make up for that.
I'm so
That's
glad I
an
didn't drink
invitation.
anything.
Orin, is that you?
No.
Well, to the mortuary it is.
Would look like it.
Onward.
All right. Oswald will pointedly lock the door as you leave, and then equally pointedly walk up to the cart, ignoring the sleigh. As well, if you're done, I can show you to the graveyard and the mausoleum.
That's our next stop.
I mean, you should be fine. There are a few hours left to sunset, so it's cool. Well, this way
Are
then.
you afraid of Are you afraid of graveyards at night?
Not really. I mean, I know there are ghouls living there, so I just don't go there.
Ghouls don't eat the living.
No, but they tend to kill the living to eat the dead.
That sounds fun.
This city isn't appropriately feeding its ghouls. How unsettling.
I can probably find the right authorities for you to talk to about that. Right now, I'm guiding you to the mausoleum.
Of course.
So, this way. Mind if I ride the cart?
No, of course not.
Thanking you. Okay. And you move down the hill towards the more populous areas of Neverwinter until you reach an area that is both on the outskirts, sort of, like against the main city wall, but also separate from the more populous areas. It's a large, sprawling graveyard that seemed to have a wall cut straight through it. And Nocteria and Falca, as you've been here before, you know that half of the graveyard is for the common folk. And it's nicely looking, like it's taken care of, but it's not like anything to celebrate or things like that. It's rows of grave markers, some with flowers, some not. It's manicured after fashion. The other half is for the rich. And it has large mausoleums, it has fine statues, it has gardeners for basically every plot, like a separate gardener for each plot. These are where the rich families bury their dead. And as you approach, Oswald move you towards the richer end of the graveyard. And after quickly looking towards the horizon and seeing that you still have a few hours, he'll indicate towards a road that cuts through the grave, like the main road that goes through the graveyard. And then basically leading you to a particular mausoleum that seems to be wedged in between two others. Now, where are you? There you are. And where's the description of this thing? The mausoleum itself sits against the wall that cuts the graveyard in two. And between two other mausoleums. It's clearly marked Halix above. We put that name in here. And the door looks like it's open. Oswald hops off the cart and here's the mausoleum. I would say call if you need anything, but I'm out of here.
I was going to ask if you were wanting to stay.
No, I'm gonna go get an ale. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey. Hey. Best of luck. I hope to see you again. Don't get killed.
Frightened fools.
I don't have the plans to.
And then let me do.
Well, this looks like it's going to be fun.
I hope
It's
so.
a shame that even in death there is such a big gap between the rich and the poor here.
Oh,
Well, go ahead.
well, I wouldn't worry too much about death and equality. Souls have a way of finding where they need to go, right?
True.
And really,
So,
once you're dead, you're worm food either way. It doesn't matter how fancy a box they put you in.
shall we?
Oh,
Of
yes.
course.
And Draven will be very chipper and quite keen to go into the mausoleum.
All right. Well, the door is open, and I'm going to put you on the map. Now, if I remember right, you need to select your token and token vision. Otherwise, you might see the whole thing. Which is fine, but kind of ruins the thing a little bit. So let's do that. And see where it puts you.
It's
Map.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, my computer is struggling.
Oh no.
There we go. Oh, I see a something.
Yeah, mine hasn't finished loading yet.
The others all took a while to pop in.
There we go.
Ooh. First map. Sorry.
Yes. Yes, first map of the campaign.
Ah.
Woo! And yes. Ah, there it is. So the towering stone mausoleum in this graveyard seem to spread along the wall, separating the pauper's graveyard from the main. Halix mausoleum, the mausoleum you're in, is a squat, kind of bland granite block. Next to the other two, there are kind of like, almost ostentatious mausoleums to the west and south of it. It has a metal double door that has a broken chain hanging from it and a padlock that hangs from that chain. The door is slightly open, and Draven, as you push it, it opens without a sound.
Nice.
The first room you look into is almost empty. Like there are 6 stone coffins that are leaned up against the walls, and the floor is dusty and covered in tracks. Each of the coffins has a stone slab that once held a name engraved on it, but someone has gone over with something sharp and just erased the names. And each coffin is empty. Open and empty.
Well, that's a reassuring sign.
Don't worry, I'm trained for undead.
Same, and I like with my axe.
Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
Indeed.
I hope so.
How does everyone deal with darkness here?
Well, according to my
I have
character,
dark vision.
I've got dark vision as well.
Yes.
Excellent.
By the way, with Elliot's 60 feet of dark vision, he can see
Mm-hmm.
the creature in the next room.
Yep.
From where he's standing.
Yep.
So can the chariot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
you step inside and the light spilling in from outside shines down the staircase from the first room, all of you notice two creatures at the end of the next room. It's kind of hard to see because the staircase is like leading down. But like if you bend down a little bit, you can fully see two skeletal creatures clad in armor that seem to be ambling around at the bottom of the staircase in this room. You see a chandelier in the ceiling, but it is not lit. And the stone steps that lead down seem worn and old. The whole area smells heavily of mold and vegetation and damp.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Isn't it? Draven pulls out his hand crossbow and starts creeping down the stairs.
All right, well, if you want to be stealthy about it, roll me a stealth check.
Sure. Advantage on that as well. There's a 12, even with advantage. That is not as good as it should have been. But anyway.
As you... Ah! There were hands on my screen.
Oh yeah, it's. I don't know whether or not it's the big beast hand thing. It comes along and collects them afterwards.
Okay, I just turned over. I just looked over and it was like... As you creep down the stairs, Draven, your foot hits a rock on the stairs and you hear it go pling, ding, ding, ding. Barely audible. You doubt anyone would actually hear it until one of the creatures at the bottom of the staircase turns around and green glowing eyes stare directly at you. Please roll initiative.
Was about to say, can I glare back at it and use evil eye?
What gives me advantage on initiative? Oh god, I've got so many different features. It's like what? Is that?
I should not have added so many tokens to this thing, because it's lagging so bad.
No.
Initiative. Do.
The crossed swords at the top of the token thing to your left is where the combat tracker is.
Okay.
Note to self, don't add that many. Excuse you.
When you say don't add that many, how many is too many?
Well, apparently, this many.
Okay.
I have no idea how many I've added. I've added everything that was described in this map. And that's apparently too many. Cause
Many things.
my everything is struggling right now. I'm actually gonna turn.
Is it worth deleting the ones that aren't in a room that's like we're likely to get to, and then adding them in later?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to.
Ellie.
For now, I'm going to delete these guys. Because you're not gonna get there today.
Hi, Kelly. Oh. Shiny void. Hi. So soft.
Okay, I think my computer is
Stone
nearly
cloud.
crashing right now.
Oh, yikes.
Pretty little storm cloud.
Alright, who did I add? That one.
First bit of combat.
There we go. Alright, and we are going to do this. Nope, wait. Oop, sorry, what was that? Hello, can we play? Sir Escape, please don't have a stroke right now. There we go. Not sure what that noise was. Alright. This guy, the one that clocked you, is up first. And so is going to run up towards you in the staircase, pulling out a long sword in the process and blocking you here. Can he actually get there? Can he actually get all the way there? He can, yes. And he's gonna make 2 longsword attacks against you. Actually, no, it's gonna use this guy and a longsword attack. So that is a 14 to hit.
No, that unfortunately misses.
So he runs up and swings a hand out to try and claw you, but has misjudged the distance needed to actually reach you. So he's gonna take another step up the staircase and swing his long sword. Nope! Again, it scrapes along the wall, and you can hear that screeching sound of metal on stone as he scrapes the wall. This guy, the next one is going. There it is. This one's gonna run up here. Another one comes around from behind the corner, runs into the center of the room, pulling out a longbow and aiming up the stairs at you. You do have quarter cover because it is like he has to try to aim past his friend and up the stairs. That's a natural 1! You hear a pinging next to your head as the arrow goes by, and Nocteria and Fakath, an arrow just bounces along the floor by your feet. And you hear screeching from down the stairs in front of you.
Delightful.
The second one, longbow shot, is a dirty 20.
Yes, that would hit.
For it does 7 piercing damage as it lodges into your shoulder. And
I kind of fall back and grunt.
Alright, and he's gonna fall back here. Nocteria, you're up.
I can't reach anything, so she's gonna move up. This is so hard to.
It doesn't snap, does it?
Here. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't snap, no.
She's gonna move here. And she can see this
Yes.
little fella.
Yeah.
She knows there are more in the room.
From the sounds you hear, yes. And you can see
if
some
I hear
of them.
you, if I hear you move behind me, I say I can see at least 4.
Do you want them all gone at once?
I mean, I don't quite like being a pincushion as much as the sensation might be fun.
She... Oh wow, did I only choose one of those spells? Might be a little bit, but she's gonna use Synthetic Static in the room.
Alright then. That's intelligence save from everyone involved. How do I know this? It's one of my favorite spells. So what's...
as well.
Alright, what's the radius on Synaptic Static? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
20.
everyone. It's 20.
20 foot sphere, yeah.
20-foot radius sphere. That's gonna hit all of them.
Yep.
You can put it so it doesn't hit Draven without a problem, and it still hit everyone.
Yeah.
Alright. Hello, click. Intelligence on the guy next to Draven. That is a 13.
Fails.
A 7.
Fail.
4.
Definitely fail.
A 6.
All of them fail.
Hold on. And
Oh yeah.
a 12.
They all fail. The intelligence save is 17.
Nice. Alright, what's the damage?
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Did you upcast that?
No,
Because it rolled twice.
I did not.
Alright.
It's been a bit weird. It rolled a couple of your attacks twice as well earlier on.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh well. All of them take 35 what type of damage is it?
Synthetic Static is psychic.
Alright then.
They get brain dead.
I mean,
Jesus.
35. You hear a shrieking sound that my microphone will not pick up if I attempt from the room, and Nocteria, you can clearly hear 5 distinct voices that all took this damage.
So with the Synthetic Static, you can just see like, you know, kind of like staticky. You hear kind of like staticky sounds in the middle of the room, and then you just see like lightning hitting like each creature, and it kind of like saps into their brain, and that's what makes them shriek.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like her.
I turn and I kind of put, like, it's like a one eyebrow salute kind of thing. It's like a little smirk. It's like, yes.
You still have a bonus action and movement.
And she will pat Draven on the shoulder. Well, you're up, big guy. And she will step back and give him a bardic inspiration.
All right.
Nice.
Is that one smart enough? No, it's gonna fire at the closest guy, which is Draven. It's gonna fire a longbow shot at you, Draven. As you hear the crashing of what sounds like stone coffin lid shift slightly, and then the creaking. This guy is gonna pop out from behind here and fire 2 longbow shots at you.
Okay.
The first one is a 6.
No, that would miss. That's even without the D6 deduction. You need to put on because you've got synaptic static.
Yeah. And that's a 6. So that's definitely not gonna hit.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, is it auto rolling damage?
Yeah, it's auto rolling damage.
Yeah.
Which one is this one? This one is gonna move around the corner and come up next to its friend and try to claw at you, Draven. It looks badly hurt, like one of the glowing eyes has gone out completely.
My bad.
So that's a 17 minus 1d6. Is it a flat 6 or is it d6?
It's a.
I think
it
it's a
rolls a D6 and subtracts a number.
Okay. So that is. It's a 16.
That would still hit me.
All right. So with the life drain, that deals 3 necrotic damage. Whoa! And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Save.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel like something's pulling at you. Something that you've just experienced before. And you manage to just shrug it off.
Ooh. Tasty.
But you do take 3 necrotic damage. I do believe you're resistant to necrotic damage.
I am not. 'Cause
No,
I
you're
am
not.
half Shadowkai,
Okay, yeah.
Not full Shadowkai.
Yes. So you do take 3. Woo. And then seeing that, the longsword is gonna come around and just try to slash you. No, that's a 10. That's not gonna hit. Even with the D6, that's not gonna hit.
You can also re-roll your intelligence saves at the end of their turns.
Oh, okay.
With synaptic static, I think. To end the D6 thing on it. So.
That's a natural 1 for a 1.
Another nat 1 for the DM.
Yay!
Yay.
And that's a 15 on the synaptic static, which still doesn't beat it because it's a 17.
Mhm.
Draven, you're up.
Is the let me just check whether or not this requires it to be in. Would we say that it is in dim light downstairs at the moment?
It's pitch dark.
Perfect. I'm going to.
So the only light source you have is the light from the setting sun behind you.
Oh, see, I don't mind that because I took the Devil Sight Eldritch Invocation, so I can see in magical darkness and everything. So I'm like, this is going to be fun. So basically, what you just see is, or what Nocteria would see, or whoever's looking at Draven is, shadows kind of pull from his feet, completely cover his body, and then he just disappears and press the wrong button, and effectively appears down here as he teleports 30 feet, and he's still slightly covered in shadows as he does so. And then what he's going to do whilst he's down here is effectively attempt to shoot loads of them with his hand crossbow. So he is going to take a pot shot at. Is it double click or right click for pinging?
Double click.
Double click. He's going to take a pot shot at that one. If that went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it.
That's gonna hit.
Nice.
Now, which one was it that you pinged again?
The bottom left corner one, the one with the red outline.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Nice. So that will be 6 damage for that one.
All right. 6 damage on that one.
Well, actually, he's just going to keep firing at that one because why not?
That's also gonna hit. Definitely.
For 4, and then I have.
Hold on.
No. I can't use crossbow expert because I've already used bonus action. So that would be his turn.
Both bolts hit true, and with a groaning, the skeletal creature collapses against a wall and then slides down before laying still.
Blood's down. I shout up the stairs.
Neat.
Excellent.
Hold on. Which one was that? Oh yeah. Hit. That one. Boop. Alright. Falcat, you're up.
Woo! Okay, so seeing that now my way is clear and I can actually do something, I'm gonna kind of dart here. Oop! I lost my way. Hang on. There we go. And then I want to first of all use my breath weapon.
Okay.
So they have to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
Question. Is
Yes.
that a cone or a line?
I'm going to do a cone, because if it were a line, you would be in the way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, straight ahead is a 7. And the one slightly to the left of that one is a 12.
Yes, they both fail, so they take max, like, full damage. So that will be... They both take 12 damage.
And this is fire? A fire cone?
Fire cone, yes.
How do you want to do it? Because you just fill this hallway with fire and they die.
So, you know how in, like, Godzilla, he kind of like builds up this kind of, like... and then... like, just, like, a massified fire cone, basically. Being concentrated down the corridor because of how narrow it is, it really ups the heat.
I break into a sweat downstairs.
Yeah. And then, as the fire dies down, there's nothing but bone and armor laying in the stairwell. It's gonna be a little bit annoying to get past, because there's now a pile of metal armor and bone and weapons right there. But they're dead.
Nice. I'll use the rest of my turn, because that's going to be what kind of different terrain, I suppose, to basically just like make my way down the stairs, but kind of clear the way a bit.
Taking the armor, being like, ew.
Yeah, just like crunching, just stepping on the bones and breaking them because they're very brittle now, and just like getting the armor out of the way, so that
you can get here with no problem.
That's good. And I believe I can actually do 2 attacks, correct? So I can do a breath attack. Yeah, 2 attacks per turn, or attacks per action too.
Okay, you can do your breath attack and an attack, or can you... Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, in that case, I'll use my great axe to attack this one here. I've got like, I believe I've got like weapon mastery of great axe, so I've got like the kind of 2 swords with a red star in front of it. What happens if I click that one?
It just means like if you have weapon mastery
Ow.
with a weapon mastery with a weapon, that means that you can use the little thing that is associated with it, which means that I think a great axe has the cleave property. So
Yes.
if two enemies are standing right next to each other, you can hit both at the same time. These two are too far away because I think they have to be
Okay.
like within melee of each other.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, then I'll just do a normal attack. So does a 10 hit.
I don't believe so. No. As you swing your great axe down, the creature lifts the arms or its arms out, and you shove it back a little bit, but you can hear the pinging off of bracers as it gets shoved back at like a half a feet or half a foot.
How annoying. And that's my turn.
All right, Elliot.
Let me just do this so I can figure out how far I can get. I can get past those, right?
Oh yeah,
About.
you can just about get past them. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So if I could get to about here, yes. Oh no. Up here.
No, hold on. With the stuff in the way, you can get just behind Falcath, so there.
Okay. So here. Okay, let me see what I can do then with that, because
Ooh.
that's necrotic, but my necrotic ignores resistance. Though I assume that these might be. I would like a con save from the one in blue here, please. No, I won't steal his skill. From the one in yellow down here.
All right, con save.
Yes, please.
That is a 16.
A 16 will not do it. It needed an 18, so he is going to cast Word of Radiance.
Oof.
Doing 8 damage to the creature. That is radiant damage.
All right, 8 damage. The creature shrieks in pain, and bits of it seems to just go out, flicker out completely. Both the eyes go out, as if some form of life force that's keeping it there is slowly being drained away from it.
Oh no. How terrible for you. Query.
Uh-huh.
Oh no need to query.
Oh, accidentally removed that one from the combat tracker. Whoops. It's fine.
He is then going to telekinetically shove the blue one.
Okay.
If he can.
Yeah.
Needs a strength saving throw.
That's a natural 20 for 22.
Oof.
God damn it.
Yay! I rolled my natural 20 for this campaign on a saving throw.
You rolled the first natural 20 of the campaign
Oh,
on a saving throw.
I mean, considering my luck, it's gonna be my only natural 20 for this campaign. Yes, that is a
I doubt
22. You see the creature wobble and then looking at you, the green glow flickering gently as it also seems to be losing connection with whatever life it had left.
And that is my end of turn. For now.
Alright, we're back at the top of the round with the creature right in front of Falcath. It is going to swipe at you, Falcath, with its like long... See it, like at one point it probably had leather gloves with like metal covering it, but part of the glove has rotted away and now you have like this long fingered, bony fingers just reaching out towards you. And that is it. 12.
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
What do you do? Like, it reaches out towards, like, trying to grab your face.
I kind of as if it were just like an annoying fly.
Yeah.
I just like swat it away.
Seeing that, like, being swatted away, tosses the bow to the side, bends down, grabs a sword that lays resting on one of the coffins and just swipes at you with it, trying in one movement, trying to hit you. That is a 22.
You know what? That actually does hit.
It does a grand total of 4, because it's one-handed. So 4 slashing damage.
4.
And Nocteria. You're
She's
up.
gonna just... Oh god. Just casually walk over said dead guy if I can. And
Yeah.
just stand next to Elliot and be like, I see dead people.
So do I.
And how hurt do these things look?
Badly. Like, a lot. Like, barely there. Kind of badly.
So she will look very mad at this one. And
Alright.
use Evil Eye.
Okay. What do you need from me? Do you need anything from me?
Can you let me click it? Properly, thank you. You glare at your creature, blah blah blah.
Go.
You glare at the creature that you can see within range, imposing a baseball hex on it. The target takes 1d4 psychic damage it attacks rolls, and unarmed strikes against it can score a critical hit on a roll 19 to 20 on what? It does say.
Oh. It just happens. Okay. What?
I'm just looking ugly at it like no. Death glare.
So you
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it just happens. So, yeah. It wobbles on its feet. And, looking quite unsteady as the lights go out of its, eyes. Completely goes out. You do have a bonus action and some movement. No, you used your movement. You have a bonus action.
Yeah. Seeing that the other one is hurt, she doesn't feel like inspiring anyone at the moment.
Alright. This guy is going to run towards you, Draven, dropping the longsword in the process. beelining past here, grabbing a sword, and running up here. And is going to take 2 swings at you. Dual-handed.
Two-handed, yep.
Thank you, 2-handed. Brain is not working right now. So first swing is a... Come on. 23 minus a d6. Hello?
You rolled a 6.
No, that's the damage from the longsword.
Yeah.
D6.
Ow, nice.
Okay, 23 minus 4 is a 19.
Yes. So as he comes in for a swing, and as I see he's sort of now effectively two-handed instead of one-handed, I put my arm out, like in front of me, my left arm, and this shield forms around that arm as I activate my what's it called?
Shield?
Retractable shield, which as a reaction adds my proficiency bonus to my armor class and means that my armor class is 20 instead of...
Nice. You hear a clang as the first hit hits that shield, and with a hissing, he swings the sword around, going for your feet this time, but hits the ground instead, because that's an 11 minus 1d6. And you just hear that screeching of metal on stone again.
Nice. As part of that reaction, I am allowed to make a melee attack with a weapon or an unarmed strike.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Again, I can only make him. I've only got my crossbow out, so I can't make a melee attack with it. So I will attempt to poke it in the eye with the end of the crossbow.
Sure thing, go for it. That's your no. You tend to poke it in the eye, and it just moves back. And I think that's part of you doing that is why it hits the ground instead of you.
Yep.
So it reels back to avoid getting poked in the eye socket, and then you hear that screeching of metal on stone as the sword goes right in front of your toes.
Nice.
And it's your turn.
Excellent. Well, because of that, I'm just going to go, well, I can't poke you with it, so I'm going to shoot you with it. 19.
Because of crossbow expert, do you get disadvantage at short range?
I do not.
Alright.
Hold on. Is it crossbow expert? Hold on. Let me get.
It's either crossbow expert or sharpshooter. I think sharpshooter is long range, and crossbow expert is short range.
Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls.
Alright, so that's a 19 to hit, and that will hit.
Perfect. Doom.
How
So
do you want
5.
to do it?
Well, I basically go to try and poke it in the eye. It kind of moves back, and then I just go, and I pull the trigger, and then the crossbow goes through the eye.
Nice.
Just to keep the sequence going.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna tilt my head slightly, point my crossbow at the other one, and fire at that one as well.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
Nice. My turn for that 20.
So double the dice, add your modifier.
Yep. That roll a crit or not? No, I need to add another d6 to that.
Alright.
Yeah, so 11.
Alright. How do you kill this one?
It's side on. I've got so many cheats open. It's side on as if it's about to, as it was attacking Falcon, right? So this crossbow just kind of like enters its temple.
And yeah, arrow goes or bolt goes through its temple. It doesn't come out on the other side, and the creature just drops with a clanging of metal on stone. And that is the end of the first initiative of the campaign. And
Yay.
with that, we are gonna wrap and do favorite moments because we went way over time. Yes.
One little thing Elliot would just like to ask quietly to the rest of the party. He's just going to say, now would be a very good time to ask if I have permission to revivify anyone if they happen to fall in battle.
I mean, that would be useful.
Excellent.
You may need to act quickly in my case.
Understood. Usually one needs to act within a minute.
How much does Nocteria know of this? How much
Of
does
Revivify?
Nocteria know
Oh, just
about
the-
your healing methods?
Most people that have been around Elliot would and been healed by him would know that healing and revivification are deeply unpleasant experiences when it comes to him. But you would be alive and not dead. It's unpleasant but highly effective.
As it should be, to be brought back from the dead.
You
And the
can
healing
see-
doesn't exactly tickle either.
You can just see Nocteria giving you a side eye. And she just shrugs. Like, sure.
Very well. Very well.
All right then.